Good afternoon, I'm Sean Yao, and this is One News Now. Tropical Depression Amang has made another landfall at Lagonoy, Camarines Sur. Let's get the latest from Pag-asa weather forecaster Alzar Aurelio, who's joining us now via Zoom. Alzar, hi, good afternoon. Thanks for joining us today. Where is Tropical Depression Amang exactly at this moment?
Hello and good afternoon. As of this moment, the center of Tropical Depression Amang was at the coastal waters of Lagonoy, Camarines Sur. The Amang has maintained its strength, has maximum sustained winds of 45 kilometers per hour, while gustiness of up to 55 kilometers per hour. Because of this tropical depression Amang, the areas under tropical cyclone wind signal number 1 are Catanduanes, Sorsogon, Albay, Camarines Sur, Camarines Norte, Laguna, Aurora, Quezon, including Polillo Island, Rizal, and Bulacan and Nueva Ecija. These areas will continue to experience rainy with gusty winds. And but for heavy rains, we expect heavy rains over Camarines Norte, Camarines Sur, and Quezon today until tomorrow afternoon. From tomorrow afternoon until Saturday afternoon, there will be heavy rains over Calabarzon, Metro Manila, Tarlac, Pampanga, Bulacan, Camarines provinces, and southern portion of Aurora. Under this condition, we expect isolated flash flood and rain-induced landslide due to heavy rains. We expect heavy rains over these areas. So,
all right. Alzar, are you seeing Amang possibly making one more landfall or other landfalls? And if so, which areas will be hit?
Based on our forecast possible another landfall over Polillo Islands tomorrow afternoon if this Amang maintains its direction and speed.
All right. And when can we expect better weather to prevail over the country?
First of all, Tropical Depression Amang expect to weaken by tomorrow because of the land interaction. When we do expect generally good weather, especially over Luzon, which affected by Amang, probably by Friday, we expect generally good weather Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, and because of the easterlies and reach of high pressure area, so we will experience again hot and dry, hot weather for this days again.
All right, so it's going to be hot again this weekend, hot and sunny. Apart from Tropical Depression Amang, Alzar, are there any other weather disturbances that Pag-asa is monitoring right now?
As of this moment, for the next 3 days, tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, there's no low pressure area or whether it's disturbance, low pressure area or tropical cyclone within those periods.
All right, thank you so much for your time as usual. Alzar Aurelio, weather forecaster from Pag-asa. Thank you for your time. In other news, President Bongbong Marcos himself has said that there is a looming water crisis. But the MWSS and concessionaires assured that there will be enough water to go around even when El Nino hits 3 or 4 months from now. This report from Marian Enriquez.
As early as 12 noon, 31-year-old Tisoy, who owns a small carinderia in Sampaloc, Manila, starts saving water. He even uses the steamer as storage. He needs to fill up all his pails and basins because there's a scheduled water interruption by 4 p.m. that will last till around 6 a.m.
Ang sobrang hirap talaga pag walang tubig mag-aalas 4 kasi kailangan ko talaga kasi marami ako mga short order, marami nagpapaluto sa akin. Mga short order ko hindi ko minsan magagawa kasi wala na akong tubig magagamit sa paghuhugas ko.
Maynilad explains that this is due to reduced raw water reaching the Novaliches portal in Quezon City. Maynilad spokesperson Jen Rufo added that the daily service interruptions are in place until further notice as they need additional allocation from Angat Dam so that more water will reach the Novaliches portal. If this is the current scenario, how much worse will it be when the country starts experiencing the effects of El Nino? Pagasa has earlier reported that El Nino will likely develop during July, August, September season and may persist until 2024.
Kung hindi dumating ang ulan at hindi bumagsak o minsan may dumarating, hindi naman bumabag sa Angat, we won't reach that safe level of storage in the dam. That will carry us to next year. So that's a concern. It's not this year, it's next year's. The concern will be next year if the rains don't come.
However, the Metropolitan Water Works and Sewerage System or MWSS maintained that there is enough water supply and that there will be no water rationing that will happen come these months.
Wala pong mangyayaring water rationing. That's why we have these mitigating measures to tugmet po talaga yung come July po.
90% of the water used in Metro Manila is supplied by the Angat Dam. The Angat Dam has two reserve dams, Ipo and La Mesa. Another potential dam that could help address a looming water crisis is the Kaliwa Dam, which would traverse the Quezon and Rizal provinces. It is now 20% built, and MWSS officials say construction is set to finish by December 2026. But the construction is facing opposition from locals and indigenous peoples and environment advocates. For House Ways and Means Chair Joey Salceda, it is also high time to pass the bill pushing for a water resources department.
We're gonna pause for a quick break, but One News Now will be back with more stories after that. Stay with us. staying with us here on One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Two government agencies are keeping a close watch on maritime schools to ensure their compliance with the standards of the European Maritime Safety Agency, or EMSA. The Maritime Industry Authority and the Commission on Higher Education are compelling schools to follow an enhanced curriculum and to stock up on necessary equipment and facilities to improve seafaring education. The CHED and Marina are now monitoring some 83 maritime schools, but the agencies admit that they lack the manpower to do this thoroughly. CHED is looking to tap the Philippine Coast Guard as a partner in evaluating these institutions. Since last year, at least 15 maritime programs have been closed down due to non-compliance with maritime standards.
The most common are equipment problems. Some of their simulators are not updated, and other equipment that they need, because there are ratios, for example, on equipment and the number of students that can use it. Others are qualifications of faculty that are teaching in the schools. The others are curriculum related.
And here is a quick look at today's other top stories. China has reported its first death from the AH3N8 virus, or simply known as bird flu. This is the third reported human infection, all of which are from China. Authorities have found no other cases among the close contacts of the first fatality, but Chinese health authorities are conducting further investigation. Some 700 corrections personnel have been transferred to regional prisons as part of the Bureau of Corrections' internal cleansing campaign. The jail officers will be posted at the Iwahing Penal Farm in Puerto Princesa, Palawan, and the Sablayan Prison in Occidental Mindoro. 300 new recruits and 35 officers from Iwahing will be reassigned to the new Bilibid prison. And the United States infrastructure investments in both old and new EDCA sites will come to $100 million by the end of the year. Washington has so far poured $82 million into development projects in Nueva Ecija, Pampanga, Palawan, Cebu, and Cagayan de Oro. These investments are on top of the $100 million allocated for foreign military financing that the U.S. announced last year. And in sports, the Barangay Ginebra Gin Kings are looking to widen their series lead against the TNT Tropang Giga in Game 2 of the PBA Governors Cup Finals. Coming off a 10-point win in Game 1, Ginebra expects a mighty fight back from TNT, especially after the latter's Gunners fired blanks in the previous game. The Kings hit 15 of 36 threes in the opening game of the series against TNT's 9 of 35. Tropang Giga coach Jojo Lastimosa says adjustments are in place, but presses the need for his team to pick up their offensive game if they are to hit back. Game 2 is starting in just a few minutes at 5:45 p.m. and will be played at the Smart Araneta Coliseum. Catch the game live on One Sports and TV5. One News Now will be back with the latest stories at 6:30 p.m. I'm Sean Yao. We are One News.